Hi, fifth graders. Time for your spelling test. Make sure you've written number 1 through 22 down the left side of the page. This is week 7 spelling test. And remember to pause your video. Even if you need to pause it after every single word, all you need to do is hit the space bar and then hit it again, and I'll keep talking. All right, number 1, context. The boys use context clues to figure out the word's meaning. Context makes it a lot easier to spell if you spell in syllables. Number 2, insist. I insist that you stay for dinner, my mother said graciously. Insist. Number 3, smoking. The oven was smoking dangerously. Smoking. Number 4, refused. The toddler refused to go to bed without a glass of water. Refused. Number 5, required. All 6th graders are required to pass this test. Required. Remember to pause. I'm going a little quicker today. Number 6, wisest. Sometimes the oldest person in the room is the wisest. Wisest. Number 7, promise. I promise to clean my room when I get home, my sister said. Promise. Number 8, trader. The woman worked as a stock trader on Wall Street. She traded stocks. She was a trader. Number 9, 2 words, supposed to. She is supposed to do her homework before she goes out to play. Supposed to. Remember that the base word is suppose, and then we're going to drop and add. Number 10, preparing. My mother was busy preparing the house for my aunt's visit. Preparing. Number 11, immediately. The baby was so tired that she fell asleep immediately. Immediately. Try those syllables. Number 12, opposite. Hot is the opposite of cold. Opposite. Number 13, broken. I tried, but I couldn't fix the broken cup. Broken. Number 14, upstairs. Our neighbors upstairs made a lot of noise. Upstairs. Number 15, attach. Please attach your homework to your reading log, my teacher said. Attach. Number 16, fence. Our yard has a wooden fence around it so my dog stays in. Fence. Number 17, topic. I can't decide on a topic for my research paper. Topic. Number 18, glance. After a quick glance at the clock, I realized I was late. Glance. Number 19, palace. The king and queen lived in a grand palace. Palace. Number 20, swimming. We take swimming lessons after school. Swimming. Last 2 extra credit words. Number 22, excused. I took a note to the office so my absence would be excused. Excused. And number 22, meanwhile. I studied for my test. Meanwhile, my family watched TV. Meanwhile. And that is the end of the spelling test. And I want to be able to show you. Let me pause the video. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. So I want to show you this. We're ready for the key. So the first word was context. Now I'm going to use a little highlighter here. Context here is that we've got 2 syllables, con and text. That made it a lot easier to spell. Insist, I'm going to switch to, I insist on switching to a highlighter. Let's try that better. It might do better. And then insist, again, in and then sist. Number 3, smoking. We dropped the E because the ending started with a vowel, the vowel I. So drop the E at the end, add ing for smoking. Refused, we dropped the E and added ed at the end, refused. Required, same thing, dropped the E and added ed at the end, required. Hopefully you got this Q-U-I there as well. Wisest, same thing, we dropped the E, added est because est also starts with a vowel. Promise, don't forget that after an S at the end, we're going to have an E unless it's a plural word. So promise. Trader, we had the word trade. She was a trader. That was ER at the end there. Supposed to, the word was supposed. So we dropped this E and added ED. Supposed to, sup. And then here's the constant, the syllable break, pose. And then of course we dropped the E and added ED. Preparing, same thing. It ended in a silent E. Here's pre, and then pair with an E there. Drop the E and added ing. Immediately, me. That's that's an open syllable, long E here. Immedi, this I ended up making an E, long E sound. 8. This, here we go. This ending ly starts with a consonant, so we're not going to drop the final E. We're just going to add the ly immediately. Opposite, opposite. Oh, that's funny that it has an ite at the end. Broken, bro, B-R-O, long O here. That's an open syllable, ken, K-E-N. Upstairs, there's up. This is a compound word, up, and then stairs. Attach, we have the schwa sound at the beginning, schwa, which is spelled with an A. Attach, we're going to divide the syllables right between the T's, and then attach. Fence, remember we had the rule where we have to have an E after the C at the end of a word, otherwise it's going to say think instead of fence. So we need to add the E at the end there. Topic, oh, here's a perfect example. When a C comes at the end of a multisyllable word, it has the sound k, topic. Glance, here it is, this with this sound at the end. We've got an E after the C to help us say this sound. Palace, same thing. We have an E after the C at the end, palace. And swimming, we know this is our short, this is a review, short vowel followed by one consonant. We're going to double the consonant before we add ing. Excused, here's our first syllable, X, and then cused. We dropped that final E, added on the ED, excused. Meanwhile, here we go, right there, WH, that's a consonant digraph with 2 consonants making one sound, and the E helping the I say its name, and this being the long E. You can pause your video right there if you need to rewrite some of them. Make sure to cross off the ones that you misspelled, and write the correct ones as you can. Okay.